You swipe your credit card for everyday purchases, pay off your bill, and expect your credit score to go up. But when you check your Experian credit report, your score dropped by 15, 20, or even 30 points. It feels frustrating and completely backward. You did what you thought was right, you didn't buy anything you couldn't afford, and you paid your bill. So why is Experian penalizing you? The root of the issue comes down to a fundamental misunderstanding of how credit bureaus like Experian monitor and score credit card usage. Most people assume that paying off their bill every month keeps their credit score safe. But Experian doesn't evaluate your financial habits based on what you pay at the end of the month. It evaluates them based on what your credit card company reports on one specific day each month. Understanding this distinction is crucial because credit card usage heavily influences the two largest factors in your FICO score calculated from your Experian data: payment history, which accounts for 35% of your score, and amounts owed, which accounts for 30%. Combined, these two categories dictate nearly 2/3 of your overall credit score. Let's look at the primary mechanism driving score drops related to credit card usage: your credit utilization ratio. Your credit utilization ratio is simply the percentage of your available credit limit that you are using at any given time. If you have a credit card with a $1,000 limit and a $500 balance, your credit utilization on that card is 50%. Experian calculates this ratio in two ways: per card utilization and overall combined utilization across all your credit accounts. The mistake millions of cardholders make is letting their credit card issuer report a high balance before paying it off. Credit card issuers typically snapshot your balance on your monthly statement closing date, not your payment due date, and send that exact figure to Experian. If you charge $2,500 on a card with a $3,000 limit and wait for the due date to pay it in full, your credit report will show an 83% utilization rate for an entire month. To Experian's scoring algorithm, you look like a high-risk borrower who is maxing out their credit lines, even if you never paid a single penny in interest. What percentage should you aim for? While standard advice often recommends keeping your utilization under 30%, people with exceptional Experian scores, typically 800 and above, maintain an average credit card utilization of under 10%. However, another common trap is trying to keep your utilization at exactly 0%. You might assume that if a low utilization is good, zero utilization must be perfect. But if Experian receives a 0% balance across all your cards month after month, the algorithm treats it as non-usage. Scoring models need active positive data to measure risk, and showing zero usage offers no data to prove you can manage revolving debt responsibly. The sweet spot for maximum score optimization is reporting a small balance between 1% and 9% on one card, while keeping the rest paid off. Credit card usage also impacts your score when you open or close accounts. When you apply for a new card, the issuer performs a hard inquiry on your Experian report, which typically causes a temporary dip of a few points. Opening a new card also lowers the average age of your accounts, which affects the length of credit history category, representing 15% of your score. However, opening a new line of credit increases your overall total limit, which can help lower your overall utilization ratio over time if your spending stays constant. On the flip side, closing an old credit card can hurt your score significantly. When you close an account, you instantly erase that card's credit limit from your total available credit. If you owe balances on other cards, losing that available limit will cause your overall credit utilization percentage to spike immediately, dropping your Experian score. So, how do you take complete control of how your credit card usage reflects on your Experian report? First, identify your statement closing date for every credit card you own. This date is usually found at the top of your monthly statement or in your online account portal. Make it a habit to pay down your balance to under 10% a few days before the statement closing date. This ensures that when the card issuer reports your numbers to Experian, it reflects a low utilization rate. Second, consider making mid-cycle payments. If you use your credit card for regular expenses like groceries and gas, paying off your charges once every 2 weeks or immediately after large purchases prevents your balance from building up prior to the statement date. Third, request credit limit increases on your existing accounts. If you have maintained a clean payment record for 6 to 12 months, asking your issuer for a higher credit limit automatically lowers your credit utilization ratio without requiring you to spend less money. Just ensure the issuer does not perform a hard credit pull when making the request. Fourth, keep your oldest zero annual fee credit cards open. Put a tiny recurring charge on them, such as a low-cost subscription, and set up automatic payments for the full balance. This keeps the account active, preserves your credit history length, and contributes to a high total available credit limit. Finally, always set up automatic payments for at least the minimum amount due on every account. While a high utilization rate causes a temporary score drop that recovers as soon as you pay down the balance, a single payment reported 30 days late stays on your Experian credit report for 7 years and can knock 50 to 100 points off your score instantly. By treating your credit cards as tools and controlling when your balances are reported to Experian, you eliminate the mystery behind score fluctuations and position yourself for the highest possible credit score.